Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Graykowski, creator of the Better Brain Blueprint. So this week we're talking about something that all of us do that we don't realize how much it affects our overall health, and that's sitting too much. The act of sitting compresses the spine and the nervous system, and when we sit for too long, it affects circulation in the lower half of our body. It actually affects our blood sugar because we're not using the larger muscles of the lower half of our body to use that energy. And it leads to reducing of the fluid around the brain and spinal cord, the cerebral spinal fluid. That fluid is pumped by diaphragmatic breathing, deep breathing. It's pumped by muscular movements and contractions, and actually the act of walking. So I tell our patients that it's absolutely critical that they set up a timer for about every 45 minutes to get up and move around, to change their position, to get circulation, to get rid of some of the toxins so that their body is not becoming toxic. If we do this day in and day out, if we have a long commute to work, or if we sit for hours on end, it is going to affect your overall health, not only of your brain, your cardiovascular, leads to diabetes, and even several forms of cancer. In Australia, they followed a study of women from age 50 to 55. They followed them for several years, and what they looked at to see what were some of the things that they were suffering from if they sat most of the time at work. And the number one thing that showed up was they were more depressed. In fact, people that sat more than 7 hours at a time or 7 hours in a day had a 50% higher chance of depression than those that sat for 4 hours or less. And that means continuous sitting without really getting up and moving around. In Britain, they actually did studies on people as far as their kids, and the more time we sit in front of a computer, the higher incidence of depression, the lower cognitive skills, the lower that they actually had the ability to focus. So here's the moral to the story today. It's important to make sure that we get up and we move our body regularly. Try and set a 45-minute timer. Make sure that your posture is good upright. Even stop to take some deep breaths in a standing position and marching in place if you can't actually go outside or take a physical walk. I recommend my patients taking a 30-minute walk on a daily basis. It pumps the toxins out of the feet. It actually contributes to a lot less health problems, either your heart, your brain, or your actual blood sugar. So don't sit too much. Get up, move the body, and I always recommend move your body out in nature and not just in a big city or in places where you're confined. Get out in nature so that your brain can actually feel the energy of nature. It reduces stress and the chance of depression. This is another Better Brain tip from Dr. Bob. Have an awesome week.